Welcome guys, this is Warpiglet, and this is Eden Fix, which follows on from my rather calm Eden Rant, as Carib Sunshine had pointed out. Well, since the last episode, I got made fallen twice within hours, which was rather annoying. And it kind of really highlights why this and the previous videos are being made. Okay, let's enter Eden. Okay, here we are in Eden. And I'm just going to do the obligatory harvesting and get the processing plants busy. There is no point them being idle. And we want to maximize our immunity and, of course, points. It is getting obvious that pride and power play are issues here in Eden as people bicker over tiles and who can do what. There are privileged alliances who feel that they can wield their power and dictate to others, and I don't believe that's what was intended with Eden. So Eden continues to be misplayed. There really is no ownership of tiles or zones, and holding on to tiles is counterproductive. Now what I mean by that is you get the points in taking a tile. Now sure, as you own a tile, the production of that adds to your immunity and whatnot, but the bigger points come in taking. So if you continue in a take, release, or take and get taken from, and keep going in that cycle, you'll win out. So realize, guys, that if you now look at a report in the Doomsday Conquest battle report section, and let's just say, let's pick this level 10. In taking this level 10 oil deposit, we've gained stone and oil, as well as honor points. You don't get that by holding on to that tile, but by taking it. So you want to be taking as often as you can. Players who move 3 or 4 zones away and then expect to maintain ownership of tiles are just missing the point and abusing their power. Why would you waste your time and durability on asserting yourself? Just move on. Now I realize, having said that some players are spending money to gain that durability. But why would you do that for playground antics of owning your corner? The very fact that guilds are wasting time trying to negotiate mergers or deals is an indication that Eden has gone wrong. I really do believe it's a waste of time to try and work on a merger or a deal when there'll always be another guild that comes with a counter offer days later and you end up getting stabbed in the back. A deal's only going to work for the then and now. Something will change, gate ownership or passing through, whatever it is. Or simply that players within their guild or yours, usually with a language barrier, misses the point or doesn't understand, and then takes a tile from your comrade guild, and that breaks everything and all hell breaks loose. It's very difficult to police these things. So this brings me to the point of this video, the Eden Fix. This is my opinion, and we'll be taking into account some comments made on the prior video. So, number 1, my feeling is that there should be less guilds on the state map. Now, we don't have visibility of all the guilds in a table, not that I've found anyway. So I think maybe 2 to 4, maybe 6 guilds less on a state map would enable fairer play. Number 2, a guild should only be allowed to stay in a zone for 1 week. At the end of that week, they must take a gate and pass through by that time. This, of course, may require staggering between guilds by 24 hours, so multiple guilds aren't having to exit a zone at the same time. If a player does not pass through by that week's end, a penalty is that they get randomly teleported. Therefore, when they next log on, they will have to make the effort to build a telepad where the guild has moved to and then move themselves into that zone. Number 3. Tile ownership should only last 72 hours. At that point, the tile would be auto-abandoned. This would prevent the holding on to tiles and promote the idea that you should move around. And of course, you can come back to that tile and try and take ownership again and get those points. Number 4. A guild cannot move back into a zone previously occupied. So I only have these 4 suggestions at this point and would be very happy to see other people come up with their suggestions. But the idea is that these 4 ideas would promote a movement around the state and reduce the idea of ownership. Now I want to acknowledge a couple of comments from my previous video, the Eden Rant. Number 1 was from Jaguar Flare, a great player from my first state, and he points out that the power balance of alliances was not well measured. And we're finding that in our state too. So at the beginning of Eden, the allocation of alliances to a state map isn't very well handled by the game. Secondly, Jaguar makes an excellent point about the unfair Eden rewards, which should be based on the guild's entire season performance and not where the guild ends up at completion. And on to Carib Sunshine, who also mentions the issue of real-world cash rich game spenders. The rest of us are effectively penalized for not spending as much or any at all. There are players who spend hundreds of dollars a day on this game. Now obviously this is a commercial venture and the world is not a fair place, but could there surely be a way of ensuring more of a balance? Perhaps they could limit the ability to buy durability. It would be great to get a bit of feedback from you guys, see if you agree or have further ideas, but at this point it really does seem like many people are preferring the option of going back to the original Doomsday, and that Eden in its current form is not working and not enjoyable.
War Piglet likes to be tickled behind the ears. The best way to do that is to like his videos and subscribe. It is incentive for War Piglet to keep making more videos to help you out. Thanks.
War Piglet.